Alrighty, good day all. I hope you guys are doing well. Um, so this week is week 9, and next week we all have a quiz. Okay, so the quiz next week is going to be from week 1 to week 8. So this will not be on the quiz next week. So you guys have some time to. This will be on the final, but it won't be on the quiz. So you won't have to memorize this, but make sure you watch it though. Okay. So we're gonna recap. This is gonna be on the exam, on the quiz. So lecture 8. Make sure you guys study those slides. So lecture 8 recap key activities of supply chain. So the activities are plan, source, execute, deliver, return. Okay, plan, source, execute, deliver, return. On the quiz, I'll be asking you guys explain all of them. List and explain all of them in your own words. Okay, so I'll probably ask you like if a company is trying to sell a new product, let's say they're trying to sell some hand cream. Okay, I want you to talk about all 5 of these activities of the supply chain, how they're going to use all of these activities. Okay, so talk about plan. Planning is a strategy. We won't get into that because it's already here. It's vital in keeping the supply chain functioning at optimal pace. We talked about this. Source, right? Determine the most reliable supplier. Execute, actually putting the plan into place. Deliver. In this stage, the managers have a task at hand to deliver the products. Now you did everything, you executed, now you got to deliver the product. And then you got to make sure you manage returns, right? Handling returns is the last supply chain management process, and it helps you pinpoint where any of the issues are. Okay. Buy-side e-commerce, we talked about this. Buy-side e-commerce refers to transactions to procure resources needed by an organization from its suppliers. Okay, so buy-side e-commerce and sell-side e-commerce, 2 different ones. Buy-side is the transactions and all the processes that are involved in buying raw material and supplies from your supplier. Sell-side, so obviously, yeah, it uses communication technology. You guys know that. Sell-side e-commerce, transactions that involve with selling product to organizations, right? So different techniques. Multiple supply chains. We talked about this. So instead of companies having one supply chain to meet all their needs, they have multiple. So if you have a company like Nike who does shoes, hats, shirts, accessories, all that stuff, they have different supply chains for each one of those products. They don't have just one supply chain for all of them, right? They have to have different ones. So good to use multiple supply chains when there's a lot of products that a company sells. Clothing company that sells jeans, shirts, hats, and shoes. They would need a supply chain for each. Okay. E-procurement, guys. What is e-procurement? The business to business or business to consumer or business to government purchase and sale of supplies, work, and services through the internet, also known as supplier exchange. So, for example, in my industry right now, the current industry I'm in the construction industry. So we have a bunch of big players like Ellis Don, PCL, all these big guys. They don't ever call you and ask you for a price. They send an email. In that email, you click view documents. It takes you to a portal. In that portal, there's a bunch of different portals. There's A-Connects, there's what was it called? There's so many, man. There's A-Connects, there's billions of them. I can't remember all of them, right? So there's so many of these portals that you have to. Plan Hub is one of them. Off the top of my head, if I know any more, I think there's a few other ones. I can't really get to it, but there's a bunch of different ones, and every single company uses a different one. Okay, so you have to go and you have to register onto those platforms. So once you register onto those platforms, you can then view all the documents. So once you view the documents, there's another one called Construct Connect, right? That's another one that we use, Construct Connect. And you have to get in there and you have to view the documents and you have to pull all the files, right? All the blueprints, go through the blueprints. This is what I do on a daily basis. So I pull all the blueprints for these condos, all these drawings, multiple, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of drawings, and I go and pick the ones that I need the most. So I go pick, I download all of them, and I make sure I scan all of it, make sure it's all good, and then I start preparing my quote. Start preparing my quote, blah blah blah, on my own laptop. Prepare my quote. I take that quote, I go back to the portal, and then I attach my file to their portal. Okay, this is eProcurement. They're using the internet to purchase from business to business. So their business is purchasing from my business in order to sell to their customer. Okay, that's what eProcurement is. So benefits of eProcurement. Procurement, guys, like I should have told you guys this before, but procurement means buying something. Okay, it's just another word for purchasing. Okay, procurement's another word for purchasing. So what's the benefits of eProcurement? eProcurement is buying things through the use of internet. Okay, if you ever see E in front of anything, like how e-business, e-commerce, E means electronic, so it's through the internet. Okay, so benefits of eProcurement. Automatic order processing with electronic POs and electronic invoicing makes it faster to do business, so it costs less. So we're not the only ones bidding on this project. There's like 10 other guys who are bidding on this project. Whoever has the lowest pricing are the ones that these companies go and target. And then once they target these companies, they see if they meet all the criteria, if they're actually quoting for every single thing that is needed. And once they figure that out, then they go and ask, hey, can we have a meeting with you? So it makes things a lot faster and it costs less. Okay, instead of having one person asking, hey, can you guys send me quotes? And he has to rummage through all the quotes, who's got what price, list them all down, because these guys get many quotes. So it's very important for them to use something like this. Okay, improved workflow in the internal procurement process. If you have eProcurement, it makes things a lot more easier. Improvement in supply chain mechanisms, right? So like I said before, we talked about in the past slide. If you have if supply chain management, if you have eProcurement, it makes things a lot easier because you have so many different people you can buy from, so many different suppliers you can buy from. You get to rate all your suppliers, who's giving you the best stuff, right? Now going to our fourth point, share real-time information for supply chain management. Real-time information, guys, that's extremely important. So real-time information is what's happening at this time, what's really happening. So you get to see exactly what's happening on the second, every single time. So run out of screens for the phone, okay, boom, at whatever time it is, like say 12 o'clock, boom, you put a new order out for those screens, and then you know that you put the order out at 12 o'clock. When does it take how long does it take that supplier to have that shipped to you, right? So you get to see all these things. It's extremely important. And then knowledge of your purchasing process and increased spend visibility for better spend management. Okay, guys, so when you know exactly what's going on in your business, you have a better, clear vision of what's happening. So you get to make better decisions. Okay, those are the benefits of eProcurement. Types of eProcurement. E-sourcing. E-sourcing means finding new suppliers. We talked about this last week. When you source something, you find new suppliers. E-tendering. That's what I just talked about. Process of screening suppliers and sending them requests for quotes. RFQ means request for quotes. That's what are the big general contractors, that's what they do. They e-tender. Okay? E-informing. Handles supplier's ability to perform financial situation, ability to handle the job. So e-informing is, it tells you everything about that supplier. How long they've been in business. How much money they have in the bank. How many jobs have they done with us before. How efficient are they? And then e-reverse auctions. Enables company to buy goods and services to have the lowest cost via the internet. Okay? So, ways to save money with eProcurement. Pretty straightforward, right? You manage inventory. Digital procurement systems help to manage inventory. So you save costs by not having a person always counting things all the time, trying to make notes, and you save that labor cost there because it's all there in digitally. Okay? So planning purchases, it can help suggest what to buy based off inventory levels, right? Inventory is low on screens, on chargers, on microphones, all that stuff. It can tell you, hey, it can suggest to you, hey, you're running low on this, you should probably pick that up. Managing suppliers, right? You can save money by managing your suppliers. You get to figure out who the best supplier is. and executing purchases. It makes it so much easier for you to just send one. Like, for example, it's so easy to go and buy. You go on Amazon. Hey, you know what? I'm looking for a new lawnmower, or I'm looking for a new battery for my phone, or I'm looking for a new screen for my phone. It's so easy to go on Amazon and just click and buy, right? Instead of having to go to the store, going, checking which one you want, picking it up. No, you can do all of it on your phone. That's what this is about. Executing purchases is a lot easier. Okay. Main functions of eProcurement. Okay. Product browsing. You get to choose and you get to browse different quality products at different prices, right? That's one of the functions. Improve spend visibility. You get to know where your company is spending this money all the time. Improved organization. It's automated, right? It's sequential. These things are done in a timely fashion, so it's more organized. Improved control. Now you know what goods you can purchase and at what price and at what time and how they get to you, so you have more control over your company. Transparency. You know what the suppliers are doing, right? If you're a procurement specialist and let's say there's 10 procurement specialists working under a procurement manager. That procurement manager can go and check what each one of these procurement specialists are doing. He or she can go in and say, hey, you know what? Why is this procurement specialist, why are they constantly buying from the supplier when we have so many difficulties with the supplier? Then they can figure out, because a lot of times this happens, suppliers pay out these procurement specialists. Okay, they pay them. Say, hey, buy our product. We'll give you guys this money on the side and all that. So pretty much they're stealing from the company. So now it's transparent. Now the managers of the company can go and look and see what's the real issue. Okay. So adherence to compliances, follow regulations and compliances, improve supplier relationships. It's more transparent, so you know what's happening between your supplier all the time. So you always know if there's any issue, you always know. And then again, the main stuff, right? Reduce cost, errors, risks, time, and effort. That's the main functions of eProcurement, which is also known as purchasing online. Okay. All right. So this was a pretty quick video, guys. We're not gonna do this class activity because we have limited time. So I really want to talk to you guys about what's happening next week. Like I said, your quiz is next week, and it's everything from lecture 1 to lecture 8. Okay? So week 1 to week 8, make sure you guys study that. So everything that was on quiz 1, it could also be on quiz 2. So make sure you guys remember that. Week 12, you guys have a project due. I'll tell you guys about that project next week. Okay? And we're going to get into, we have a few other things we have to discuss in this class, which are very, very informative, and you guys will enjoy it. It's not difficult, but it's very informative for you guys in the future. I really like this course because it teaches you guys a lot. Okay? Also teaches me a lot, right? When I first taught this course, I learned a lot. Right? So I really enjoyed it because I can take it to my company and use it at my company, use it in my own businesses. So it's very important. So no class activity today, guys. This week we're going to do no activities. What we're going to do is I want you guys to focus on your quiz next week and make sure you guys study. Okay? There's going to be a lot of questions on it that will make you guys have to think outside of the box. Okay? So make sure you guys understand. If you guys understand what's happening from week 1 to week 8, if you understand the theory, you understand what I'm talking about, it'll be easy for you guys to answer the questions. Okay, guys? All right, that's it for me, guys.